Assemblies are one of the more powerful features in coreSTORE that allow a retailer or a manufacturer to track building an assembly. And an assembly is a finished good that you're building from various different components. There's a really good video that we posted that talks about assemblies and explains how assemblies work. This video is going to show you some more advanced features of assemblies and a new screen that we introduced that will make assemblies even more powerful than they already are. The assembly we're going to work with is this 510 strawberry cough. And if I choose this assembly, you'll see that it is actually composed of the following components: 2 cartridges, 1 security label, and 1 set of packaging. So the first thing that I want to do is talk about assembly statuses. When you set up assemblies, when you actually build an assembly, you can choose what status the assembly is at. And you can manage those build statuses by just clicking the menu option up here, the 3 dots. Click on Manage Build Assemblies. And in this example, we have 4 different statuses. By default, there's 3 statuses in the system. But we added one called Preparing. And if I actually look at this particular one, you'll see that Preparing, in this case, the description is preparing the build, and it's not designated as an in progress, completed, or canceled build status. And what that means is that basically there'll be no inventory effect when I choose this status for a build. So one of the really powerful features is we've added the ability to not just update inventory when a build is completed, but also update inventory while the build is in progress. And if the status is set to in progress, what will happen is the finished good, there'll be no change in inventory for that finished good, but the components will be allocated to that build. And the way we do that is we basically update the committed bucket, the quantity committed bucket, and increase it by the number of components that's required for this particular build. So let's go ahead and show you how that all works. So I'll go ahead and hit done. And let's go ahead and choose this assembly and click on build. And in this case, I'm going to build 2 of these. Now, before I actually build it, let me really quick go to edit my assembly so I can show you what our quantity is on hand of this particular item packaging. I can go to my inventory, and you'll see that currently, just to make it easy, let's just say there's 168 on hand. So I'll go ahead and hit save. And let me go back to my assemblies. And I'm going to build 2 of the strawberry cough. I've got basically my inventory on hand of those is 52. So when I finish the build, I should see 54 on hand. So let's go ahead and build and choose 2. But in this case, what I want to do is I just want to say we're preparing this build. So when I hit save, you'll see immediately that if I look at this particular item, my inventory is still at 52 because all I'm doing is I'm preparing. Now, I should also be able to go to my packaging item and see that that particular item currently still has 168 on hand and none committed. So now what I can do is I can look at this new assembly build screen, and you'll notice that I've got 1 being prepared, 0 in progress, 6 complete, and no cancellations. So what I can do is I can just click on the preparing button and it will filter out and show me just the assemblies that are being prepared. And you'll see that I'm preparing 2 and I've got 1 entry in the log file. And the log file is new and it's really powerful because I can track who's doing what and I can track the entire build process. So let's go ahead and at this point I can change the status, because now that We've prepared it. It's ready to actually change status to in progress. All right, so you'll notice they have no assemblies because I had the search filter on. So I've got no assemblies that are being prepared. I just have this one in progress. Now, if I go back to my items, you'll see that my packaging, I've got 2 committed and 168 on hand. So my available inventory is 166 for that particular component. Now at this point, I can just go back to my assembly build. When I'm ready to complete this, I could just click that box, choose change status, and hit complete. Now at this point, my finished good should show 2 additional. And if I go into this item and I go into inventory, you'll see that now I have 54. And if I go back to my packaging, I should have 2 less of this item in stock. I've got 0 committed. I had 168 and now I have 166. So you can track your assembly process throughout, and you can always make sure to maintain your on-hand inventory. You can keep that accurate until the build is finished. So once you've finished building that assembly or the finished good, your raw materials will get removed from your on-hand inventory. Your committed bucket will get updated, assuming that you did mark it as in progress. If you just go immediately to complete, of course, we won't touch that committed bucket. So that's a really great feature. Again, this is the new assembly build screen. This is where you want to track your assemblies. And again, final thing to show you is in my log, I can see it went from preparing to in progress to complete. And I can see the employee that actually performed each function. Thank you for watching this video.